What's up, everybody? So look, let's get right into it because there's so many topics to talk about when it comes to this fight between Canelo and Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna give you guys my opinion on a lot of shit that I'm seeing, and let's get right into it, right? So look, the first thing that I've been seeing everywhere is Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford's size, right? Everybody's saying like, oh, he's bulking up and he's looking good, this and that. And yes, Terrence Crawford, he's looking bigger, of course. I've been hearing all kinds of shit. People accusing him of PEDs because he's linked with snack and this and that. Could he be on PEDs, and could that be the reason for his new weight? Maybe. Do I blame the people that are suspicious of it? No, I don't, because like I said, we're talking about snack and Victor Conte. And yes, we are seeing new size from Terrence Crawford. So I don't blame whoever is suspicious of it. But at the same time, I just can't come out here right off the rip and say that he's on some shit. But even if he was, I mean, who gives a fuck, right? He's going up against Canelo, right? The PED king, you know what I'm saying? Clenbuterol, man. I just called this motherfucker Clenbuterol. Canelo, he already got busted for Clenbuterol, and, fighters have been popping up dirty left and right in his camp. So we could only imagine what's going on that side, So, I mean, it is what it is at this point, right? These are probably two guys on PEDs going at it. So fuck it. It is what it is. But, when it comes to Terrence Crawford putting on size, there's something that I want to talk about, right? Because you guys gotta question, or me, I like to question shit, right? Like, why is Terrence Crawford putting on size? Is he putting on size because he wants extra power and strength because he's going to be looking to try to knock out Canelo? I seriously doubt it, right? I don't really think that nobody is out here believing that Terrence Crawford's strategy is going to be to go in there and try to knock out Canelo. Canelo has one of the best chins in boxing. I think we've only seen him rocked once in his career. He's never been knocked down or knocked out. So why would anybody believe that somebody jumping up 2 weight classes is going to go in there to try to stop or knock out Canelo, right? I don't think that's what's going to happen. So I don't think that's the reason why Terrence Crawford is putting on size. Now, could he be putting on size to try to, resist Canelo's punching power? Maybe, right? This makes a little bit more sense. But for me, I just don't even like the fact that Terrence Crawford is putting on size. I would think that for Terrence Crawford, bro, he'd want to go in there like super agile, super fast, be able to move around the ring, have that speed advantage over Canelo. And so this is the reason why I don't really like the fact that Terrence Crawford is putting on size. We all saw Jamal Charlo talking about what happened to Jamal Charlo when he tried to bulk up to fight Canelo. He said that it took a lot away from him, and this is true, bro. You got to think about this shit. You put on all this extra size in a boxing fight instead of you actually cutting weight for the fight. And then, not to mention the fact that Terrence Crawford has never had to do this shit, right? He knows what it's like to get in the ring and fight with him having cut weight the way he usually does, but he doesn't know what his body's going to be like going into that ring come fight night, having to have, put on all this extra weight, right? So you got to take all of that shit into consideration, so we'll see how it plays out with Terrence Crawford and his size advantage, but I don't think it's going to help him out as much as a lot of people think that it is, right? Because there's something else that we got to talk about here too, right? This is 168, the 168-pound weight division, right? Canelo, he's the undisputed champion here, or the fake undisputed champion here at 168. You know what I'm saying? But he's been fighting at 168, for a while already. He knows what the punching power is like. He's even fought at 175. Everybody likes to call Canelo a small fighter because he's short, but Canelo is not a small fighter, bro. I keep telling you guys that Canelo fights at 168 because he can't make 160. Canelo is on record saying this shit, bro. If you don't believe me, go and look it up. Canelo is on record saying that he can't make 160. So this is the reason why Canelo is fighting at 168. It's not that he's a small guy and he chose to move up. It's just that he's short, but he's stocky, bro. And Canelo has this frame where he has heavy bone density, right? So if he can't make 160, that right there is telling you something about him. He's not small, man. This guy's a stocky, just short fighter, so it gives the illusion that he's small. But Canelo fighting at 168, 175, being able to take the power, right? And I'm talking about fighting, bro. Come fight night. I'm not talking about sparring and shit, because yes, I know a lot of people have left it in the comments that, oh, I've seen Terrence Crawford spar bigger guys and he sparred heavyweights and shit. But we're talking about headgear and fucking big gloves, right? What's gonna happen when Terrence Crawford takes a shot from Canelo with 8-ounce gloves, right, and no headgear? This is a whole different ball game, man. A whole different ball game. Actually, we've already seen Crawford rocked a couple of times in the smaller weight classes, you know. So this is something that I think is completely going over people's heads with this shit, right? Is that Terrence Crawford, he knows what it's like to take punches from bigger guys sparring with some headgear on, but you know, come fight night, it's a whole different ballgame, man. And I just don't think that Crawford is gonna be able to take Canelo's punches, man. Of course, how could you think that he's gonna be able to take it when we've seen Crawford rocked by smaller guys? And then when he fought Madrimov, you could tell that he was respecting the shit out of Madrimov's power. You know, and trust me, bro, Madrimov ain't got shit on Canelo when it comes to that punching power. So this is just something that like I said, bro, I think people are missing this part of it. And in this fight, bro, I truly do believe that Canelo will knock out Crawford, bro. I think he's going to stop Crawford. I don't know Crawford's game plan, but I'm pretty sure Crawford is going to come to survive, bro. He's going to come to survive. I mean, yes, Crawford, he's a good fighter and all that shit, but trust me, bro, him being a good fighter, but jumping up 2 weight classes, I just don't think that he's got what it takes to do that shit against another good fighter that is Canelo, you know? But we'll see what happens, right? At the end of the day, Crawford believes in himself. He thinks that he could do this shit. So I've already told you guys in my last videos that I'm holding Terrence Crawford fully responsible for this move to jump up to 168 and take on Canelo. So if Canelo comes out here and knocks him out or beats him, I don't want to hear no excuses, you know, like, oh, I was chasing greatness, I jumped up 2 weight classes. Nah, we're gonna hold you to your loss, man, because you thought you could do this shit. You're telling everybody that you're gonna beat Canelo. So when you don't do it, we don't want to hear none of them bullshit ass excuses. Something else to look for in this fight that I haven't seen nobody talk about this shit, right? But I think I'm probably gonna be the first one, is the gloves, man. This is something to look out for in this fight, and I'm gonna say it right here and now. I think we're gonna have glove problems in this fight, bro. I think there's gonna be drama with the glove selection in this fight because, yes, Terrence Crawford, you know, he's had glove issues in the past with his gloves busting, and he likes to use those Everlast puncher's gloves, right? Terrence Crawford has some big ass hands, bro. I think I've even seen that his hands are bigger than Canelo's hands, right? He's got some big ass paws on him. Very strong hands, bro, and he likes to take advantage and use those thin boxing gloves, right? So people could feel his fucking fists. And the same thing goes for Canelo, right? We all know that Canelo has his own brand of boxing gloves. And I don't know if you guys, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that has noticed it, that when Canelo fights, his fucking gloves are looking super, super thin, right? Because yes, Canelo has some big ass, strong hands himself. And in his fights, if you ever look at his gloves always appear to be super, super thin, right? And yes, like I said, bro, he has his own fucking line of boxing gloves, so he could probably manipulate the gloves however he wants and shit. So with both camps kind of doing this same shit, right, using super thin gloves, I have a feeling, bro, that they're gonna call each other out on that shit, right? We might get some hand wrap issues in this fight and or some glove issues, right, with the padding of the gloves. So that's something to look out for, man. But you know, but moving on from that, bro, I'm gonna just give y'all like my final thoughts about this fight, right? I think this fight is gonna be a huge letdown, man. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all, bro. I think this is gonna be a huge letdown. We're probably gonna see another typical Canelo fight where he's just got every advantage over his opponent, right? And his opponent is in there just trying to survive. And me personally, bro, I think this is Terrence Crawford's last fight, and I just think he took this shit just to get that last paycheck so he could retire. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo, he's been on record saying that he won't get no credit if he beats Terrence Crawford. Um, I think Canelo is very confident in this fight, bro, and he knows what it is, right? This is just a huge paycheck for him, and just another big name on paper for him to add to his resume. But at the same time, he knows that he has every advantage in this fight. So that's pretty much my analysis and breakdown of this fight, of what kind of a fight this is. I do believe this is going to be a very boring fight, bro. Of course, it might have, hopefully, right? Hopefully, it has its moments of a little bit of action. But at the end of the day, I just think it's going to be another typical, boring Canelo fight. But let me know what you guys think about this fight, bro. Let me know what you guys think about all those points that I just made. And is Terrence Crawford bucking up? Is that the right move for this shit, right? Because remember, when Mayweather fought and beat, he outclassed Canelo, bro, Floyd wasn't bucking up, bro. I think Floyd knew something that maybe a lot of people are missing right now, right? Because Canelo, he bucked, not that he bucked up, but he was way bigger than Floyd in that fight. And I think the rumors were that he was outweighing Floyd by like 20 pounds or some shit. But Floyd, he did his typical thing, bro, and he just outboxed the shit out of Canelo. So this is kind of why I'm thinking, like, I don't know if I like these smaller fighters trying to buck up to fight Canelo. But go ahead and leave me a comment, man. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and that's it for me. I'll be on to the next one, man. I'm out.